ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं तस्मैस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षीभूतं भावातीतं गगनसदृशं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। ध्यानमूलं गुरुमूर्तिः पूजामूलं गुरुपदं मंत्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुकृपा। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, स्वामी जी महाराज की जय। शिवोहम। It is the fifth stanza of chapter 7. This stanza is defining the 8 types of natures and differentiation of nature and existence. अपरेय मितस्त्वन्या प्रकृतिं विद्धि मे परां जीवभूता महाबाहो ययेदं धार्यते जगत्। अपरा इयम् इतः तु अन्यां प्रकृतिं विद्धि मे परां जीवभूता महाबाहो यया इदं धार्यते जगत्। अपरा means the direct nature which is seeing and experiencing by our senses. That is called the aesthetic inertia nature. Iyam means this. Itaha means by this. Tu means therefore. Anyam means the other, different. Anyam means the second, other. Prakartim, it means the nature. Viddhi, it means you know. Me means mine. Param means which is not experienced by the senses. It is more micro than the apara. Jiva bhutanam, it means the form of the jivas. Mahabaho, it means Arjuna. Yaya means from those. Idam means this. Dharyate, it means the capability. Jagata, it means all the world. So my dear Arjuna, that is my apara nature or apara prakriti. It is different from para prakriti because all the living beings or the jivas can capable by my para prakriti. Satchidananda Paramatma, Lord Krishna, the only and only installation and the base and base of all creations, the millions, uncountable galaxies and the stars, which is laying in his small part of body. So Krishna is promised in first or second stanza of this chapter. Krishna told to Arjuna, Arjuna, I will describe you every minute aspect or every minute subject of this spiritual science and the technology of awareness. So this science and technology of spiritual processes and spiritual journey, Krishna is describing the more advanced knowledge in front of Arjuna. Krishna is telling to Arjuna, my dear Arjuna, this is I told you Ashtadha Prakriti. The Ashtadha Prakriti I told you. That is divided in two parts. Ashtadha Prakriti, the 8 type of the nature is divided in the two parts. First is Apara and second is Para. Which is Para and which is Apara? Apara is the direct nature. You can feel that. You can feel the air. You can see the mountains. You can see the rivers. You can see the water. You can feel the sky. You can see the fire and you can feel the fire. All the nature which is comes in your sensory knowledge, that is called Apara. That is all the inertia of a state, because the stone, they are the Everest, they are the Everest, the mountains, they are inertia, they are stable. But in the broad spectrum, the water cannot move itself. The water move by the slope or by the force of nature. Water cannot rain itself. The water rain by the heat of sun rays, vaporized and make the clouds. So that all the nature is depend each other. In the geological science, all knows how to make the stone and how the volcanoes comes and how the winds flow. All knows this thing. So these 5 things, 5 Panchamahabhuta, these are the Apara Prakriti, these are the Jada Prakriti. And Bhagavan says about his Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti, he say my Prakriti, my nature. The Prakriti, the nature, even it is Apara or it is Para, both are the instrument of existence. So it is quite difference between the master and the avatara. Master has no such type of powers that avatara has. Master has indirect power, but avatars has direct powers. Lord Krishna can show the Arjuna his broad form of the Virat Rupa. Lord Krishna can cut the thought of Shishupal by the Sudarshan Chakra. But master has no Sudarshan Chakra. And master has no control of the nature. The avatara has the control of the nature, because when at a time the Arjuna killed an enemy, and Arjuna take the oath, if I will not kill this enemy, I will burn in the fire myself. Then, unfortunately, till evening, that enemy not killed by Arjuna, and Arjuna was ready to sacrifice in the fire himself, but he do not know the power of Krishna. Krishna has the power. He hidden the sun and make artificial evening. Then that person, I am forget that name now, he was very glad, and the Duryodhan was very glad, the Karna was very glad. They are very happy that Arjun is dying himself now. Mahabharata battle is going to end. But nobody knows the Krishna's power. Krishna ordered the sun to hide. Then Krishna ordered the sun to come out. Then all are very happy, enemy is very happy, and Arjun was ready to burn in the fire. He has put lot of wooden piece and he was sitting in between. But Krishna said to Arjuna, Arjuna, if you are dying, why are you leaving your Gandhi bow and arrows? You took beside you and die with your this arm, this bow and arrows. So the Krishna was a very divine intellectual person. I do not say that clever. Clever word is very wrong word, because he is the divine in wisdom and divine supreme intellectual person. So when at once the sun come, so Krishna order, Arjuna, see, there is no evening, the sun is not set. Then Arjun take the arrow and hit that enemy. So my dear friends, that existence only has the governing power on para and apara nature. Nobody has this governing power. Even myself, even any master, not this governing power like Krishna. Master has the power of truth and power of supreme knowing. He can enlighten you, he can give you the Atma Sakshatkar. But he never control on nature, because this is a secret. Because it is only right of existence. So the Krishna is telling about two type of nature. One is the crude nature, one is the nature in the form of visibility or sensibility of your senses, that is called apara prakriti. And second is called para prakriti, that start from your mind, your intellect, your muda and your ahankara, your ego. These four things comes in the para prakriti, and the collective four things, they are called jivatma. They are called jiva bhutam, because the mind and intellect and mood, these three made the micro body of a jiva, and only one ego that made the causal body of the jiva. So micro body plus causal body is equal to jiva. So the collective form and the governing authority of this jiva, that is called Ishvara, that is called God. God and Satchidananda is different things. God is the master of the nature. God is the master of the Jiva Loka. God has the Maya and Jiva has the Avidya. The Avidya is also illusion. Jiva do not know that Avidya is illusion, but Ishvara knows that Maya is the illusion. So Ishvara can use the Maya as an instrument, but Jiva cannot use the Avidya as his instrument. So the Jiva is totally unconscious stage of the consciousness, and Ishvara is the conscious stage of governing authority of all living beings. So it is very clear thing that Jiva and Ishvara both are involved in the Maya, but the Satchidananda Paramatma is quietly different. He is not involved in the Maya. He never involved in the Maya. So my dear friend, so second type of the nature is the para prakriti. That is the consciousness, that is the chetana. So Bhagavan says that all world is governed by the para prakriti. All world is governed by the para prakriti. Or all the rajoguna, satoguna and tamoguna, they are regularized by the para prakriti. All the panchakosha, annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha, all the five koshas, all the five sects, SSE sects, these are all governed by the para prakriti. All three gunas, satogunas, rajogunas, tamogunas, they are governed by the para prakriti. So the para prakriti is the director of all nature, even in the jiva or even in the Ishvara, because your mind can govern your life, your intellect govern your life. If you are blind, you are not enlightened. So all the bodies, they are only unconscious material, but when the micro body or the para prakriti comes in the body, the consciousness comes. The consciousness comes. So the movement, the voice, the dialect, the capacity of talking, the activities, thoughts, and awareness of the sensory organs and the sensory organs knowledge, and the capacity of knowing, and the seeing by eyes and hearing by ear and touching by skin. All these things comes from your para prakriti. So the Master Krishna is describing here that the Satchidananda Paramatma is quite different and separate and non-doer and non-attached and totally detached from para and apara prakritis. So this is the fundamental keen knowledge given by the Krishna. Medium is Arjuna, and this knowledge beneficiary all the seekers of the world. So here is the remarkable things. When you do the divine practices or the religious practices by your body, that cannot reach you in the awareness of existence, Atma Sakshatkara. If you are doing the activity by the mind, that cannot give you the prize of Atma Sakshatkara. If you are doing the activity by your intellect, that the intellectual person cannot know the God existence. If you are doing the activity by your muda, that you cannot reach by your muda activities. It means that chitta sadhana, you cannot achieve the God existence. If you are egoistic person and you are doing the practices in the inspiration of your ego, they are all not helpful to reach the knowing that existence. Only the Master, which is the representative of the God existence, Satchidananda Paramatma, can give you the special meditation technique and special teaching for awareness and liberation, and he can push you in the higher stage of Atma Sakshatkara. So this stanza is showing you these fundamental knowledge of the science of spirituality, and Krishna is putting this knowledge for you here. In the short, I describe this stanza, and if we will give the discourse on this stanza, every stanza of Gita, every enlightened person can speak all the life.